Surrounding us are the bones and remains of Ice Age mammals like mammoths and mastodons, and a smattering of Jurassic marine reptiles known as ichthyosaurs. These are collections of the UC Museum of Paleontology that are stored currently in the Campanile. Total, there's 5 floors. We have 5 floors of fossils. It's part of an ichthyosaur tail. Marine reptile that lived in the oceans about 150 million years ago. One of my favorites is the direwolf collection because I think they're so cool. Very similar to the American gray wolf. It's about 25% larger than the American wolf in body size. The skulls don't vary that much. And of course some of the teeth do fall out. And all our fossils are numbered, and they have an associated label that will confirm where it's from. The bones started being placed in the Campanile by John Merriam before it was even finished in 1913. John Merriam was the first professor of paleontology at UC Berkeley, and he was also the first paleontologist to work at Rancho La Brea. And collecting all these bones and studying them, you need a place to put them. These cabinets probably go back to the 20s or earlier, even when they were put in. A lot of this is mostly sloths, ground sloth, the giant ground sloth. We don't use giant gelatin anymore. And you can see the steel girders and the steel skeleton underneath the insulation that forms the framework. And the poured concrete, and then it's faced with granite. Those are the bones of the Campanile right there. There's a whole cabinet full of birds. Their bones are very slender, but you get an idea of just how beautiful they are. There's a delicate little bird skull. That's a smaller direwolf skeleton that you're photographing. Not a very large one, maybe a younger one. This is Smilodon, the saber-toothed cat. Someone was gathering the different vertebrae, and you can still see residue of tar. This black shiny layer, you can kind of see it right there. And that's what stains the bones brown. Well, here's a jar of Rancho La Brea asphalt from Pit 91. I don't know when it was. Can't even open it. We have camel skulls up on the shelf here. So horses and camels originated in North America. People don't think about camels roaming around California. Up and down California is basically like an African savanna with the types of browsers and grazers and elephants, horses, camels on the landscape. Find llamas in South America, but camels went extinct in North America, as did horses, but they were reintroduced by the Spanish. They're practicing on the carillon below us. Here the bell ringing school. Here's some more Smilodon skulls. The large canines, of course, often fall out or are broken off. You can see this one is broken off on the side of the face. It wouldn't surprise me looking at when some of these were collected, that these were collected by Merriam himself. That's a big skull. But we have visitors that come literally from all over the world on a regular basis to access what is one of the largest collections, associated with any teaching university in the world. More Smilodon. Here's a series of fused vertebrae, probably pathologic. I picture these animals alive. I mean, whether it's a saber-toothed cat or a pachycephalosaur or a triceratops, because even when we collect out in the field, we're looking at the entire landscape. We'll have people with us describing the geology, which represents the rivers and streams that buried these animals. We'll have paleobotanists with us that can help us identify the plants, which indicate what the climate was like. There's a natural beauty, I find, looking at bones and skeletons, how they fit together, and how similar and how dissimilar they are, And then to find them as fossils, if you come across something new, you're the first person on the planet to ever see it. And it beats wearing a suit and tie, and I'd much rather work outdoors. So.